Welcome to Hand and Heart DIY Studio. Today we are going to be making tuna pinwheels. Please follow along. The following are the items that we're going to need: mayo, pickle, tuna, eggs, and some Dijon mustard. Let's get started. First, we're going to drain and empty 2 cans of tuna of your choice. You could also use shredded chicken or beef, whatever you choose. As I stated, I'm doing 2 cans of tuna. Both of them have been drained, so it's just the meat. Now, of course, the rest of the ingredients is to taste. If you choose to use more or less of each of these ingredients, it's up to you. I am going to put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of mayo. My next ingredient is going to be the Dijon mustard. Now, this is another one of those ingredients that you will put in just as much as you would like to taste. I normally make this about the same as I would my deviled eggs. So just a small smidgen of the Dijon mustard. Now I'm getting my dill chip pickles out. I do not use a relish. I just use the pickles that we have on hand at the time. I like to take these and then chop them up. So they're a little bit bigger than relish, but they don't have all of the extra ingredients that relish does. I'm going to speed this up just a little bit while I chop these up and incorporate it into my mixture. Now that I have all of the pickles in, I am going through and chopping up all of my hard-boiled eggs. If you need that recipe, just go back to another, I believe it's a short video that I did to explain how I made my hard-boiled eggs. I put 5 hard-boiled eggs in here. We like a lot of egg with our tuna salad. And the last one's just a bonus. They turned out really well. All right, now we're going to get everything well incorporated, making sure that we break down the tuna chunks and mixing in our mayo, Dijon mustard, and all of our eggs, making sure everything is really good and blended. Make sure to scrape the bowl as well. Now that I've got everything mixed, I'm going to pull out a flour tortilla. You can use a corn tortilla, you can use the big ones, you can use the small ones, whichever size that you like. These actually turn out really good as far as the size. So you're just going to scoop it on and you're going to smear it throughout the whole top of your flour tortilla, making sure that you leave about 1 inch to 1/2 inch all the way around the outside circle, so that way when you roll it doesn't squeeze out all over the place. Now that we've got that good and level all the way around, you can add taco seasoning, you could add salt, pepper. You could add a lot of different seasonings to taste. I'm using salt and pepper here. Now it's time to roll. Now you want to roll these tight, but not so tight that you're pushing all of your ingredients out. Once you have it rolled up pretty good, you're going to grab some toothpicks to hold it in place. Make sure you get a handful because you're going to need them. I put one in the center just to hold it together. And that gives me enough to go ahead and start filling my ends. You don't have to fill your ends. However, when you roll them up, the ends end up being rather empty, and I like ours full. So I go back and I kind of pack in the ends. Now we're ready to cut. The first thing you're going to do is take a toothpick. You're going to see exactly how far in you're wanting to go or how big you want your pinwheels to be. You're going to take a toothpick and you're going to insert it and then cut on the other side. So that way the toothpick actually holds the pinwheel together. We're going to continue this all the way down using the toothpicks to hold the pinwheels together. And they turn out like this. We're going to do a couple of more just to show you. I always use the end of the flour tortilla that's folding up to where I put my toothpick at. But you're going to slice it all the way down towards the end. Keep rolling your flour tortilla around so that way you have your edge to use your toothpick on. And here are the pinwheels. This is what they look like when you are completely done. They turned out really good and they're very yummy. Thank you for watching Hand and Heart DIY Studio. If you like what you see, please like, follow, and subscribe.